Imobi bi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Nra na me tell say President Akufo Addo ebe address Ghana for amoka so be fellow Ghanaians. But I mean, let me just tell you the truth. I didn't bother to go and listen because I was like, President, they didn't know about Becca. Na so kasa we no na me hu say articles be trend they say President Akufo Addo aba bontin aba be kasa na nsem ni bia wo kan ne say ne ya say 3 years ni we ni abato Mahama entumi mfre no en congratulate no kra say congratulations say we ni abato asemo you say President Akufo Addo aba be kan no and I'm say wait there. Anyway, let me read the article and then let's see. Probably maybe the president was just joking. Into yanking kinda yang. And then probably we will see what the president spoke about. I say President Akufo Addo in a message to the nation on the Constitution Day on January 7th has said 3 years after winning the 2020 elections, his main opponent, John Dramani Mahama, was yet to congratulate him on the election's victory. I say, on a lighter note, 3 years on, I am still waiting for my main opponent in the 2020 elections to congratulate me on my victory. President Akufo Addo said. Okay, so, I mean, that's what the president is saying, right? I say, on a lighter note. I don't know what, because the president is addressing Ghanaians, right? He's addressing Ghanaians on, and their Constitution Day, into Ochina holiday. In terms of addressing Ghana for on sa Constitution Day in Sensem. Now, the Constitution Day one of the holidays that President Akufo Addo will introduce it to Ghanaians. No, in terms of addressing Ghana for the Constitution Day, and or the film Joe. I mean, he's saying on the lighter note, so it's supposed to be a joke, right? But I don't know. Anyway, let's read and get where the president was coming from, what they are saying with Ebabeshim. Because I'm thinking, say, what will make the president pass this? I mean, send your no, I say a joke, no. What will make him pass this joke? Anyway, okay, probably maybe because it's a Constitution Day. Anyway, oh dear, I'll say, by common consent, all well-meaning Ghanaians are agreed that the democratic form of governance is the most preferable, and we must do everything possible to guarantee the longevity of the Fourth Republic. As I have spent my adult life fighting for our individual and collective rights, and it is therefore gratifying to note that the nation's adherence to democracy has not waned. We know that there are no quick fixes to the challenges confronting us, and as we have seen in recent times, democratic structures of governance are capable of accommodating the most difficult of circumstances. As we have happily turned the corner on our economic situation as we experience the rebound of the national economy, and we will continue to work strongly at the problems facing the nation, knowing that the solution every 4 years rests is part on the sovereign will of the Ghanaian people when you exercise your power to choose freely your leaders to manage the affairs of the country. As the democracies are grounded on viable elections, and this year, like we have done on 8 other preceding occasions, we will go to the polls to elect the president and my successor. No true Democrat can disregard the importance of elections and the sanctity of the ballot. It must thus be in our collective interest to ensure that the rules and regulations of the conduct of this year's elections are fair and transparent, and that we all develop respect for them. A respect that should not be a function of whether you win or lose. I say all stakeholders, that is the Electoral Commission, the political parties and their leaders, the electorate and citizenry, should work to assure the consolidation of Ghanaian democracy and help us maintain our pride of place on the continent as a model of democracy in Africa. I say at the end of it all, there should be no lingering doubt about the legitimacy of the election, and the winning candidate on the conclusion of the process should receive the unalloyed support of all. That is how we can strengthen our democracy and the peace and stability of our nation. On a lighter note, 3 years on, I am still waiting for my main opponent in the 2020 elections to congratulate me on my victory. I swore an oath on 7 January 2017 and again 4 years later on 7 January 2021 to be faithful and true to the Republic of Ghana and preserve, protect and defend the Constitution. I shall continue to do just that. It will not be under my watch that any adventurer will seek to torpedo the democratic path on which we are embarked. I will help see to it that we have a free, fair and transparent election in December 2024. You have my word. Ghana will be the victor of such an outcome, not any individual party or candidate. Nonetheless, I urge you, my fellow Ghanaians, to continue to embrace the basic values of the Constitution, founded on the principles of democratic accountability and respect for the rule of law, human rights and individual liberty and freedom, which the great majority of us believe must form the bedrock of our national development and individual prosperity. Yet, alongside this freedom, we must, with the same passion and commitment, uphold our individual and collective responsibility to contribute proactively towards the greater good of society. This is the vision of a free society. No society can be truly free unless its citizens feel the need to embrace both liberty and duty, hard work and compassion. Ghana is considered a beacon of democracy and stability in Africa, and the celebration of Constitution Day should inspire us, Ghanaians, even further to hold on to the enviable status. Once again, I thank Almighty God and you, the Ghanaian people, for giving me the opportunity to serve you these past 7 years. I have not taken it lightly. I remain committed to the mandate you freely gave me and will use the last year of my stay in office to do all in my power to continue to help create a free and prosperous nation of opportunities for all. The battle is the Lord's. So, I mean, that's what President Akufo Addo is saying. For me, I think, say, on a lighter note, on the lighter note, Mahama says that joke. I mean, it was more like I didn't see it coming. I didn't see the relevance of it in the speech now or the about two. But Osha President Akufo Addo in someone no kasa about war still promising. This is about the third time. In just the space of 1 month, President Akufo Addo is promising Ghanaians that the elections will be free and fair. The elections will be free and fair. No, if there's one thing I know about President Akufo Addo, me personally, I'm not speaking for anyone. If there's one thing I know about President Akufo Addo personally, it's the fact that what he says is different from what he does. I'm sorry, but that is me. If there's one thing I've come to know about President Akufo Addo, is the fact that what he says, it is different from what he does. President Akufo Addo told us there will be no haircut. But what happened? Or can we the information minister betrayed Ghana for saying yes and but we saw haircuts or more government bonds. But Akufo Addo promised us there will be no haircuts. There are things that President Akufo Addo catching. We will not go to IMF. But what so I mean, this is the same person who goes and meets African leaders and tells them, say, don't go and beg the Europeans. If you beg them, they don't respect us. Or back African leaders, no. Or the next day, and the next month, no, won't bro for no, almost say, or moma yisika, na yahua train. Or monfa ye can't yahua train. This is the same man. And for me, I don't take his word for it. Send your work and say, well, no, name wrestle, ne time, or kuntia, events, or he fought for the rights of people. I mean, that's what he's saying, right? He fought for the rights of people, or come and crawl for rights. I mean, indeed. Yes, President Akufo Addo is known, or, I mean, that's what he did. But in the time, see, the first time in the history of this country, fix the country for your some demonstration. Look at some flimsy excuses. It's the only time a President Akufo Addo BIS or demonstration. I am But no time they are. So I mean, for me, that's what I would say. The main canon. Person will taking a word for it, whatever he's saying. And if he's saying we should take his word for it now, the election will be free and fair. The elections will be free and fair. I mean, Charlie, it's a wow dear. We sat here 2020. We saw how people were killed And President Akufo Addo all can say Mahama on the lighter note. Me say me Mahama won. Me Mahama. Anyway, but that's just him. Me Mahama and President Akufo Addo ababe kan say we on the lighter note. One congratulate me no. Na ka Mahama so ababe ye speech. No so I can say how do you expect me to congratulate you when you supervised over an election where people were killed and you didn't see anything about it? Me Mahama nka asem a meka no. O say me congratulate you. Obi a wo hwe election so human rights lawyer wa hwe election so. Ama ye kum nkrofo. O say me congratulate you. Congratulations for where? Anyway, but that Obi verse that would be very petty. But I mean, that's that. Mon try your comment box in my for me that's it.